The New York Knicks taking game one of the NBA Finals last night. The betting favorites have been on an amazing run, which means sports books, whether in Vegas or online, have been often on the short end of the stick. For more, we're joined by the Flutter CEO, Peter Jackson, our own Contessa Brewer, who covers that space. It's nice to have you, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you, Scott. I mean, this is really exciting because the Knicks are on this momentous, historic run. But I was talking to DraftKings today, and they said, ooh, this is rough for the books. We've seen more bets than we had anticipated, more handle, but it's not coming in great for the house. How are things for FanDuel right now with the Knicks on this winning run?
I was in town last night, and it was absolutely brilliant to see all of the fans wandering around with their jerseys on. I mean, the energy you could feel in New York off the back of this run they've been on has been terrific. But I think from our perspective, there are days when we have better results and days we have worse results. I mean, the handle, I think, has been strong. There's a lot of people betting on the Knicks. Look, what we'd like to see is some entertaining, exciting games to come. And look, I'd love a 7-game series.
Yeah, but you probably don't want Jalen Brunson scoring 30 points again in the game because that costs in payouts. FanDuel, your folks at FanDuel told me today that they've seen a 20% active customer and bet count up 20% over last year's game one. So there's a lot of enthusiasm. But you've got Texas, where sports gambling isn't legal, and New York, where it is, and then prediction platforms offered in Texas but not in New York. Which is getting the most?
From a FanDuel perspective, we are now able to serve our customers wherever they are. So, I was in Dallas last week, and you can open the FanDuel sports app up and access the Predicts product in that state. The same if you're in somewhere like California. Clearly here in New York, you get the full features of the regulated online sportsbook. We're there wherever our customers go now.
And you're not offering prediction platforms where you have a sports betting license. So you can't access sports on FanDuel in the prediction platform, right?
So we have one app now. So if our customers are in New York and they open up their FanDuel Sports app, they get access to the full features of the regulated online sportsbook here in New York. If I then travel to Texas and open the same app up, you get access to the Predicts products in that market. And so if regulated OSB is available in the state, that's what you get. If you go to a state where it's not available, you get Predicts.
A couple things. You say you want the series to go 7 games. I mean, the conventional thought is that you guys and others are in a lose-lose position. Contessa mentions all the money going towards the Knicks as the favorites. So if they win, you lose. And then the Spurs are deemed as such long shots that if they win, you lose too. Because then you have to pay out so much more on the long shot bets.
At the end of the day, the outright markets matter, but it's also about the player fandom, right? You were talking about players going on a tear last night. I think we were worried when we saw Wemba looked like he could be injured in the third quarter yesterday, but he went on and scored a load of points in the fourth quarter. I think the player fandom is really important. And look, we want to provide exciting content experiences for our customers, and that's what we'll do through the series.
Yeah.
And we've got World Cup coming up as well. And with World Cup, I was just reading a Macquarie note today that said, look, Flutter's in a great position for this because you have, as opposed to some of the other sports books here in the United States, you have global reach. You have fans in Italy and in Germany and in the UK right now, and Brazil.
Australia, yeah.
And so is this an opportunity for you to really gather some steam and push ahead and leave the others in the dust?
It's worth recognizing, look, the World Cup happens every 4 years, right? And so this is, it's a bit like the Olympics in terms of the cycle. And this is huge, right? It's a massive occasion. We think the Super Bowl's big here in America. You might have 200 million people watching it. Last time when the World Cup finals played in Qatar, 1.5 billion people watched the final. 5 billion people watched the whole competition. So this is massive. Football, soccer is a religion in Brazil, right? And so, we're there where our, the fans are globally, and we're going to bring a brilliant experience to America through FanDuel.
I think we need to address the prediction market issue / controversy more substantially, in that the head of the CFTC was on CNBC earlier this week. They believe, and they continue to make the case, that they are the sole regulator of that business, and that sports contracts are going to continue to fall under their purview, not the states. you guys obviously take issue with that part of what they do and how it infringes on what you do and how there are different rules of the road for either side. It seems as though that's here to stay and you can't do anything about it. What's going to happen?
Scott, we're offering, in states like New York, where regulated OSB is around, we're offering a brilliant experience to our customers. We're the #1 player in that market. We offer a fantastic experience, and people will see that with the product we have in the World Cup. What these prediction markets allow us to do is we can now go nationally. Right? Historically, we're only able to go to sort of half of Americans who lived in states where regulated OSB was available. So we can now go into the other half of America through these events contracts and offer a very similar experience for customers from a sports perspective in those states. We don't mix the two, right? And so in states where regulated OSB is available, that's what we offer our customers. In states where it isn't, we'll make the Predicts product available.
But in terms of the market share, if you will, of the prediction markets themselves, whether it's Poly or Kalshi or whomever, don't they get a much larger percentage of the market share in their prediction markets related to sports than you would in their fledgling businesses that you and some of the others in your space are trying to do to better compete with them?
Well, look, there's been very limited cannibalization in states where the regulated OSB or online sports betting market is available. So here, like New York, we're seeing very limited cannibalization. I think in other markets, so you might pick California or Texas, the predictions regulations are available for us to be able to offer a sports product to our customers. And look, that's where we are competing with Kalshi and other people.
This storyline about there not being cannibalization, you're seeing all kinds of skepticism from investors. I mean, Flutter's share price is down by more than 50% this year. So how do you explain to those skeptical investors about the turnaround? You've had a change of leadership. You've said that you're going to be more disciplined in the way that you're engaging customers, but there's still this big, I don't know if I buy the storyline that predictions don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the market to start with, in 25 over 24, the revenues in online sports was up 25%. Right? So this is a market which is still growing strongly. We're still leading in the market. We didn't execute as well as we should have done last year, but actually we're now getting back onto the front foot. So we've launched our loyalty program, which we're very excited. The early indications are looking very good for us. We've dealt with some of the big customer complaints around injuries with our new Bet Protect product. So we're going to build momentum. And don't forget, we also have our iGaming business, right, which is performing incredibly strongly with a market leader there. So, I think that the market, I don't think, fully appreciates how strong the market is and how strong our position is.
Yeah, we should mention that, and the other sports books have been under pressure as well. So it's not just Flutter, but this is the standout company in this space.
I was going to say, too, we should mention that we have a partnership with Kalshi, too, which is important to always mention anytime we do
Peter, thank you.
Those stories. Peter, thanks. Contessa, of course, thanks to you as well.